Yeah.
So maybe you guys have already seen the post I made about Kyoko's server VR Nihongo, but why don't you tell us just some basic stuff like
Yeah,
why,
so
what was the what made you create it? But although you're a co-founder, so yeah, tell us.
the the VRChat community is like it's mostly English, and then there's the big Japanese side, and I made this server with another person to kind of build the bridge and closing the gap, like bringing the English side and the Japanese side together. And let's see, what we do is we do lessons every week, and we have basically 24/7 Q&A in the server, and the Japanese community is there too. So it's pretty cool. Like everyone teaches each other.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I have a friend who I haven't seen in a long time, but Bino, he had kind of the same idea. So he also had a server similar to yours, but it kind of
Hmm.
died down and isn't. I don't think it's very active anymore. So you kind of succeeded on that idea because it is quite active, right?
Yeah, how long has it been, the server?
I think about 6 or 7 months.
Mm.
Yeah, it's been that long since the server was out, and so far we have around 300 people.
Yeah. So when I found out about it, how did I find you the server? Was it on Twitter or I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it was on Twitter, but
Yeah.
I forgot if I came to you or you came to me.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
Well, either way, yeah.
but my first thought then was like, wow, it's so awesome to see more people doing similar things to what we're doing or what I'm doing. We created. But then also it's different at the same time because you focus a lot on language and you do much more than we do when it comes to language, and you have a lot more members, and you have the idea of connecting also Japanese people and non-Japanese, whereas we are doing a bit more, in general, whatever, anything that has to do with Japan and for non-Japanese people. So it wouldn't really make sense for Japanese people to join in the core idea of it. But I just love that there's more. I found more people out there doing similar things on VRChat, with VRChat and Discord.
Yes.
Because you do, like, the Discord itself is very useful for learning Japanese. But then how does it work in VRChat?
In VRChat, so the task is divided. So Tomoe Sensei and Hiro Sensei, they teach the beginning people, like people who are just starting out in Japanese. And me, I create like mid to high level content for the more advanced people. That's that's the way it is right now, but we will probably change it in the future. Like we might get some more teachers because we need more.
Yeah, so the other person, he is Japanese.
Yeah, they're both
yeah.
Japanese.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, two, yeah. So, but you said once a week you have a lesson. Is that what you said?
Right now it's 3 times a week.
Oh, 3
But
times.
we might change that because the booking is always full.
Right. But
Because it's always full, so we might.
each third one is on different people. Like it's like 3 classes. Is that what it is? And then 3 different levels.
Yeah.
Right.
No. they're all for beginners. One class is about roleplay, like you given a situation and everyone acts it out. And the second one is kanji practice. And the third I forgot, but yeah, Tomoe Sensei has more information about that.
Well, how many is there, or how many like open spots is there for the lessons? When you have the lessons, how many people are there?
How many people can join? Probably up to like around 10 or 15 or 15.
Yeah, that
Because
seems like a good.
it's one per it's like two or one or two teachers who's teaching. Yeah, so it often gets pretty full.
Yeah, I'm when we do it, we do it we don't do it that often at all. When we have lessons in Japanese, it's because we do the three things in a row and then we start over, and it's also every second weekend. Yeah, so we do the Japanese lesson, then we do anything that's relates to Japan, then we watch an anime, and then it starts over like that. So it doesn't happen that often, and the Japanese that I teach is very basic. Like most people in the club are on a very basic level, like beginners. So I love that you exist, that you the club. I mean, I do love that you personally too, but sound weird. I mean, the club, yeah, or the server,
I
VR
exist.
Nihongo, yes. Has anyone here joined already?
Oh, not yet.
Hmm. Um, I'm just looking at my notes here. Yeah, anything else you wanted to say, Kyoko, about your VR Nihongo? Or any questions from you guys?
Yeah, you guys have any questions?
No.
No?
What are the lessons like? What methods do you use?
What methods?
Well, you mentioned the role
How do you teach
play
Japanese?
thing. Is it always like that
Yeah.
class? Is it always like a role playing setting? And then the other two are
Yeah,
different?
so what she does is that if you are booked for the class, she'll be like, okay, so next week we will go to this world, and she will give each person like a note sheet about what phrases you are about to learn, what vocabulary, and people are recommended to memorize that first before coming to the class. So then, when you get there, you are expected to use your new knowledge to roleplay with other people.
I see.
Yeah.
I thought of one thing that might be
That makes a lot of sense.
that might make it
Yeah.
difficult for some people to join. Like, what about that when it happens? What's the time zones for these lessons?
Yeah, so about the time zones, the booking is done on what's it called? Calendarly. On there, it should show the time zone that you're in. But like if you can't make it, then you don't have to book it.
Are they? I mean, what time? Like, do you mix it up, or are they almost always
It
at
should
the same
be
time? All three.
usually it's around the same time, but she might change it.
Because is there a lot of Americans then who are members, who are in the?
People in the server are from all over the place, not just Americans.
Oh, so there are some of the lessons do happen on a plausible time for like Europeans. Is what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, you'll need to talk to her about that.
You're not. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, because I would love to join the lessons, even if it's too difficult or too easy for me. But I haven't really tried yet. But of course, if I hope it's not where I can't join because of the time zone, which is always a problem in VRChat with those things. Yeah, it's a shame.
Everyone's from all over the world.
It's a blessing and the curse.
Yes, indeed. Just wish the planet was flat.
Yes.
Maybe it's just wishful thinking. All those people.
This is my world. Well, yeah, it's more like my picture collection. I took these photos when I was in Japan. During the New Year, from December to January. And I traveled with the VRChat team themselves.
Wait, you mean
Yes.
the developers?
I traveled. Yes, the developers of this game. Tupper, A, Noe, all those people.
I can't get this to work. Come on.
Are you trying to
How
do?
long was it? How many weeks?
It was 2 weeks.
Yeah, probably. 2 weeks, first time in Japan. Yes,
It was too short. I
yes,
would rather
that's,
go for. Yeah, I would go for a month. 2
yeah.
weeks is sad.
Yes, yeah. That's every time I come back from Japan, I always want to go back right away. I don't want to leave. And the first time I went for 2 weeks as well. But then since then I always go 4 weeks whenever I can. So it seems like the sweet spot, because obviously it costs a lot of money.
It does.
Yeah. So what had you have like? I want to hear just how long have you kind of been looking forward to this? Like, did you get have you dreamed about this for a very long time, or is it quite recent that you decided?
I've dreamed about it ever since I was a kid. So like, I've always like been dreaming about coming there, and sometimes I would like have dreams about going there. So like the first time I went there, my body was like shocked, like whoa, this is my dream right here. It was amazing.
Yeah, who has been in Japan here? It's just me, right? Jufo is going soon.
Yeah, I did. I want to go to Japan, but it costs money.
Jufo's
Yeah,
going
it
really
costed
soon.
a lot of money. Jufo is going soon. Is it going to be your first time?
It's my first time.
And the stations are gonna look very intimidating. But the first thing that you want to do is get an IC card.
Yeah, he's done a lot of planning. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you need that for like everything, pretty much.
You were there for 2 weeks, and when did you say you were there?
December 27th to January 11th.
Right, so you were there during New Year's Eve, and we had a meetup before New Year's Eve about New Year's Eve in Japan. So what did you do on New Year's Eve in Japan? Because there's like 3 different things you can do mainly.
I went there. I went to what's it called? Sensoji Temple. It's where people line up. Yeah, it's in Asakusa. People line up and they wait till it's the New Year's and people just walk in and they make a wish. This New Year's resolution thingy.
And you, I think you said in the beginning, but where did you like what places did you go to? So you were in Tokyo. Did you go anywhere else?
Oh yeah, I was in Tokyo, and I took the Shinkansen to Shin Osaka. We went to Osaka. We also went to Kyoto and Hiroshima.
Oh,
Wow.
quite
So
a
it's
lot.
like it's like it's like the middle of Japan, like not all the way south, not all the way north. So I missed out on Kyushu and Hokkaido.
Yeah, then when you travel that much in only 2 weeks, I can understand your feeling even more. But then there's always there's two sides to the coin where if you stay in one place, you feel less stressed and you travel less, so you have more time for other things. But at the same time, seeing more is great. But you have been, even though I've been to Japan for a much longer period of time than you, you've been to more places than me. Because I've only been to Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, and then Kamakura and Nara. Or maybe that's about the same, but Nara is like just outside of Osaka, and yeah.
Oh yeah, we've been there too. It's
Nara.
it's that sign over there. Yeah.
Right.
Nara. This is when I arrived to the airport. That's what it looked like. This is welcome to Japan. Yeah, that's in the airport, and you don't see it here,
Right.
but this is right outside of my first hotel in Asakusa.
Cool.
It's
Yeah.
right in a shopping district.
Yeah, I recommend staying in Asakusa if you stay in Tokyo. It's the best place probably. The hotels aren't super expensive either. But of course you gotta be booking hotels really early. Yeah, that's the next picture. I was gonna ask what kind of place did you stay in?
This is my first one. It's a hostel, so it's kind of like a capsule hotel, but upgraded. So I basically lived in a box with other people.
Right. Yeah, that's the like one of the cheap, or if you're gonna wanna go very cheap, you have that option. But I couldn't do that, so it's gonna be more expensive for me.
I stayed in Tokyo for like 6 to 8 days, so I needed something cheap.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the shower and the bathroom here, it's shared. Like there's
Yeah,
another room for that. Let's see, where was this? We were walking around.
This looks like
I forgot what this was. Here's another view of one of the streets. We were just walking around, pretty much just exploring. In one of the malls, we found a Pringles gacha and a Mentos gacha.
I have not seen that
I've
before.
never seen that.
Yeah.
You've
It's
never
cool.
seen that? Yeah. So you would insert 200 yen, and this says you can get 1, 2, or 3 Pringles for $2.
Oh,
That's interesting.
Yeah, same goes for
That's
this.
marketing.
You insert $2 and you'll get 5 to 8 different kinds of Mentos. This is also in every mall. There's a very small arcade corner in every mall, like next to the games and the toys and stuff.
Yeah, now this I know where this is.
Yeah, this is definitely Akihabara.
Yeah,
Yes,
best place on earth.
I recognize it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I-
it's just one part of it.
yeah, we're a very small part.
Yep, yeah, this is
Karaoke.
more Akihabara. Sega has, I think 5 buildings in Akihabara. This is number 1.
Oh, right, yeah. The GSN.
And one of them
Game
sells
Center Arcade.
taiyaki.
Yeah. I
One
love
of those
taiyaki.
taiyaki, right
Hmm?
in the arcade. I find that
Oh.
kind of weird.
But do you like the bean paste taiyaki?
I like all of them.
Oh,
It's good.
I only like the custard. I don't.
Custard?
Yeah, there's custard
Oh,
taiyaki. Usually it's
That-
custard
that sounds
or
good.
bean paste. But I don't like bean paste, so.
that's another angle. I believe it's still Akihabara. This is my
Yeah,
first
toward-
McDonald's meal.
Yeah, you. Same here.
Have you ever had this? The
You mean that bird?
Gurakuro.
No.
Gurakuro.
I don't know which one that
it's-
is.
It's a seasonal burger, and they only sell this in the winter. So what that is it's kind
Then I
of it's
haven't.
kind of like it's kind of like a chicken burger, but the patty is mac and cheese.
So did you notice any
Uh,
quality difference in McDonald's in Japan and the US? Because usually,
Yeah.
food standard is higher in Japan, even when it comes to the so-called lower standard food. In
Yeah, the McDonald's there tasted a lot more lighter. Like it felt much more light,
mm,
and it tasted more aesthetic. Like it tasted more real.
mm.
Like like the homemade type of real. That's in one of the arcades. Lovely.
Cool.
And one of the
Lovely.
arcades has a free rental for cosplay at the arcade. So I guess you can live out your dreams at the arcade.
Yeah. I know someone who lives out his dream. His favorite character is Nico.
Here's another arcade, Taito. And you'll see this at every corner in Akihabara, or even outside. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
It's the capsule machine. And some PS4 games from the market. This is a vending machine that sells cards like Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff.
Does anyone know how to say vending machine in Japanese?
Oh, what was it?
I do. Does
Yeah,
anyone else?
I'll know it when you say it.
Another.
There's a short and there's a long version.
Hanbaiki.
Yeah. Kyoko?
What was the beginning? Did it end like Hanbaiki?
I think the short.
Chido Hanbaiki.
Yeah, that's the long one. Yeah, Jido
Self-
Hanbaiki.
Hanbaiki.
But the short is.
Or like Hanbaiki. I
Yeah,
only
I
know
think
the
Jahanki.
long version.
I think Jahanki
Jahanki?
is like the shorter. I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, we all know that. So many vending machines all over Japan. Yeah. I think
But
the number is like 5 million.
Oh yeah, when I was there, they were doing this this event for that anime.
Oh, what anime
is
is
this?
that? I don't know it. I
It's
recognize it, but I don't.
It's Toaru no Railgun.
Oh, I don't know
It's a
it.
very popular one. This is on the train. If you're trying to get somewhere, this is probably will most likely be important to memorize. So like if you get on the train, this light indicates which way it's going. So it seems like this way is going to the left. So right now this is Akihabara. Next is what's it called? Shin something Machi, yeah. So this goes to the left. Other times the other light would be on, which moves to the right.
Okay.
This street is very interesting in Asakusa because there's only one street that has restaurants like this. I never ate there though. Have you?
In what?
Asakusa. There's a street that looks like this.
Yeah, I've walked through
And-
there. I recognize it, but I
Yeah.
never ate there. No.
Yeah, me neither. I'll try next time though.
But yeah, we're coming. We can talk about it when you get to that picture over there.
Oh yeah. So these three pictures, this restaurant appeared on social media a few times. It's about a restaurant where you pick your ramen from the machine and it prints out a ticket, and the point of this restaurant is that everything is anonymous, so they don't look at you, you don't look at them, they don't even know what you look like,
That I
and they just
That's interesting.
they serve you food.
that's new to me. That I've never
That's
heard
new
of
to you?
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Why do they do that?
because like some people might have like some people might have either social anxiety, or some people don't like to talk to other people,
Mhm.
or
And they
or
cater to that.
yeah, or some people just can't talk at all. If they can't talk, I did not include the picture, but there should be like a sheet of paper and pen. If you can't
Wow.
talk, then you just write like what you want to say.
Mhm. I've never heard of that in
Yeah, me
America or anywhere. Yeah.
Well, yep, it's this one. I was recommended to this by a VRChat staff,
Oh.
and we ate there. And that's my ramen.
So speaking of food, what were your? Did you have any specific dishes that you wanted to check off, like check like on a list, like that you wanted to really try, and did you?
I wouldn't say specifically, but I pretty much ate everything.
And how did you
Most
like?
yeah. Let's see. If I'm not with if I'm not with the VRChat team, then I just go anywhere to eat. Sometimes at 7-Eleven they have lots of bentos, onigiris there, hot foods. Or if not, then I usually eat with the VRChat team. Like they would bring me to their recommended places.
Did you?
So we've
Sorry, no, go ahead.
yeah we've had ramen, we had udon, we had a hamburger steak, we had that one Japanese omelet.
With the rice, omurice, or do you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
What
That
about?
was good.
Looks good.
Soba.
Yeah, we
And
had that too.
and did you try okonomiyaki?
We tried okonomiyaki in Hiroshima, the Hiroshima style. But that was very interesting.
I prefer the Kanto Monya, but I'm not a fan of it. But I know I told you before you went that you. I really, because I tell everyone and I always want people to try it because it's my favorite dish and I love it so much. And you did eat katsudon?
Katsudon, yes.
What did you think?
Katsudon, I love it. It's delicious.
Yes. Did you have any other
Katsudon is
favorites? Like what stood out to you?
what
Or did
stood
you
out.
just love everything? Just like, oh, it's so good, everything is so
I
good.
think, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't really love
everything.
everything, but I have a few like favorites. Like gyoza. I mean, gyoza is not like a dish
The
on its own,
gyoza.
but I do love gyoza.
Yeah, gyoza's good. And so is gyudon and
Yeah.
oyakodon.
Mm-hmm.
Those were so good. Yeah, that's some of the stuff that 7-Eleven sells. Very interesting, right?
Yeah, they have a lot of options, and it's always good quality. Like I mentioned before, even the convenience store food is really good.
See, this was outside Sensoji Temple in Asakusa. It's kind of like a row of
Yeah, like souvenirs, but yeah, like shopping strip.
souvenir shops.
Yeah.
And I went to Comiket. I'm pretty sure you
Right.
guys know Comiket.
Is everyone aware of Comiket?
I've
Yeah,
heard
so
the name, but I don't know it.
it's called Comiket right here. So Comiket. Comiket. And it's a wristband. And it's pretty cheap. It's like $10, so 1,000 yen. Lots of people.
Tell us what
great.
Is it some
what's the main?
convention?
Yeah, what is it like? What kind of convention is it?
So it's a comic convention. So you'll see everyone, like every Japanese artist from Pixiv there, and they'll be selling their most recent doujinshi or poster. You know, like their
Homemade
their art,
or amateur, quote unquote, is
original.
the big idea
Yeah.
here. Yeah. And I also went there.
It's so big.
In the
It's so big,
summer
and
one.
there's so many people. When it gets too crowded, I wasn't able to like lift my arms. Like it got that crowded.
Yeah,
I got pushed and stuff.
yeah, if you want to if you want to see most of it or like get good deals and such, you have to get there early, and then there's gonna be crazy amount of people. I went there quite late, so I missed like they started packing up when I got there. So, but they also have cosplay, so I didn't see much of that either because I got there quite late.
Yeah, the
So you kind of have
cosplay
to
is separated.
you kind of have to decide like do you want to see most stuff and have a ton of people, or less stuff and see less things, like, and then maybe you can find a sweet spot there.
Yeah, most people who come here, they make a plan, like which place
Yeah,
to go,
proper otaku.
because you can't really visit every booth, because that's kind of impossible.
Yeah, it's so big.
It's gigantic. We can skip this one.
Yeah.
So talking about
Wow.
Comiket,
Yeah.
this is one
Wow.
of the 25 rooms
Right.
like this.
25?
Yeah, so take
Yes.
this
What?
and multiply it. It's huge. When I was walking
it's
there,
huge.
I actually I got lost. Like, have I been there before? Like, it's so many halls. I was like, holy shit, when does it end?
So it goes it goes like this. There's a north, south, west, and east hall, but each each hall has like hall A, B, C, D, all the way to what I think G-ish, and each hall has a first floor and a second floor.
Right. Yeah.
Yes,
Nice. That's big.
it's
Just want to
big.
mention too, when I went there, I did sort of cosplay, but I didn't cosplay a character. But it was my first time, and I just wanted to take the opportunity to fulfill kind of a dream, where I dressed as a cat boy, a Neko. Like I had my fangs, and I drew whiskers on my face, and I had the Neko Mimi, and I had a tail. And I think I mentioned this to you guys before, but when you cosplay in Japan at a convention, you're not allowed, like it's an unwritten rule, I think. I don't think it's actually a law or anything, but you're not allowed to dress up before you get there. You have to put on it at the spot, and then when you leave, you have to take it off. But I didn't follow that rule. So on the train home, I was in full like Nekomimi, and people were staring, but I didn't care.
No.
I was just like, yeah, I'm a weird foreigner. I want to be a cat boy now.
Yes, yeah. But I don't see many cosplay in this picture.
No, it's
Yeah, because the cosplay
it's a
it's
certain area.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh.
There is a place outside that is labeled a cosplay area.
Wait.
So that is Comic-Con.
Wow.
Let's see. This was another event that you had to buy tickets in advance. It's called Team Labs, and it's right next to Tokyo Big Sight. This would be the Digital Art Museum. Yeah, I would recommend looking up videos of it. Choco Banana.
Cool.
Yeah,
look
Choco
at
Banana from here. I went. It's kind of like
I was just gonna say they actually call it banana choco, which is weird because it's a banana that has chocolate. So in English it would be, like you said, chocolate banana, but at least from every
Banana
time I've
choco.
seen it, they call it banana choco, which is like reversed, which is a thing in Japanese, with names and so on. So they kind of do the same thing with stuff like that,
Okay.
because you say
But there
that
was one
family.
anime where they said Choco Banana.
Oh really? Okay. No. So
Choco
I
banana.
guess both exist then, but I've only seen the opposite, or like the
That's
reverse.
weird.
This was the same place as that. I went here for New Year's, and they had the Matsuri booth. So there was Choco Banana. There was a candy apple. There was a lot of
Does anyone know what Matsuri means? Except for Kyoko, of course.
It's a festival.
Yes. Matsuri
yes.
is the word for festival.
Okay.
Mysterious festival. Oh, this was a very simple breakfast at Yoshinoya.
I love
So
Yoshinoya.
Yoshinoya is kind of like their Japanese chain fast food. Like it's everywhere. You basically just walk in and there's this huge ATM thing, but you basically press buttons on what you want. It gives you a ticket, and they just hand you your food.
Yeah, the different versions, but yeah, in general, the staff walks in the middle, and then the table goes around, and then you sit down there.
Oh yeah, that too.
And sometimes they have
There's
the system you said, and sometimes they just give you like a menu that you point and say what you want. And there's Sukiya, and there's Yoshinoya, and there's Matsuya, I think. But
Matsuya.
Yoshinoya is the most common, at least in Kanto. And gyudon, I love gyudon. It's so simple, cheap, but so
Gyudon is
but
so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know, it's delicious.
Mm.
I see these three pictures. We went to Sunshine City, and
Yeah,
they have this Pokemon Center in the mall. There was like the entire floor was just about Pokemon. There's Pokemon Suites. There's Pokemon Center. There's also a Pokemon Go place and a Pokemon card shop.
And Dark Spacer is gonna likes this one.
Oh, yes.
Friends, yes.
Was it just some art there,
This
or is it
was-
something more special?
No, this was to advertise that.
Ah.
So it's a Kimono Friends
Oh.
arcade game, which I've never seen before.
Dark Spacer is cosplaying. Well, yeah, you would like that, wouldn't you, Dark Spacer? Some Kimono Friends games.
Kimono Friends is the game. I think it also dispenses
Did,
cards too. Like
did-
you would use
Hmm.
cards for this game.
did you say what kind of game it is? If you know, is it a rhythm game, or I don't know.
I saw one of the staff play it. It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like a rhythm game-ish, kind of like there's kimono characters, and they're doing something, and you basically just tap buttons at the right time.
Yeah.
This was in a bookstore. Can anyone guess what that is?
Can someone read the katakana?
DS so what?
DS Softo. No? Jufo, how is your katakana?
Secret.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Secret
Gacha.
ga
Cash.
gotcha.
Keyword gotcha.
Is it
Yes,
Nintendo
it's
DS games? But
mhm.
but yeah, but it can be whatever game. Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
So
Wow.
it's basically another vending machine for DS games.
Hmm.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, and random, and
Wait,
only
this is
300
There are
yen.
no
That's
spending
super
machines
cheap.
for everything.
Yeah.
I would buy a few of those.
This is a candy a candy apple looks like at those Matsuris.
Oh, I've never had one. Only
Had one?
seen in movies and cartoons and stuff.
This is at a convenience store, just like 7-Eleven, but it's called New Days, and this is a yakisoba bun.
Right, yeah, they have a lot of weird stuff like that.
It's a bun with yakisoba
And it
egg,
says it down.
and
It says it right
Yeah.
on the bottom there in English. Yeah,
oh yeah.
ham and yakisoba noodles in a bun.
This one is a bit important actually. If you are taking the Shinkansen, then right before boarding, there's often a Shinkansen bento. Like most people actually like expect you to like eat on board, because it's what most people do. They don't serve people
Yeah,
on board, so they recommend you to bring food.
Oh. It's a long
And-
beer journey.
This is a thing. In vending machines all around Japan, there's a Coke version of each place. So this Coke is Osaka. So I found this in Osaka. Tokyo would have its own bottle, and so does other places. I guess people would like to collect Coke bottles from every place. Yes, I'm pretty sure you guys heard of this.
Have you?
Sure. And remember.
This is
Well, let me know.
it's at the train station.
Hmm.
There is a woman-only plane.
A cart.
Train, yes.
Or
because
was it the whole train?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh.
I've only known about
Yeah,
like
it's-
cart. Yeah,
and
groping on
this, this is not a solution, but it works for now.
Not a solution.
Just to separate the woman, yeah. No, it's cute, right?
I
It
did
must be
not
cute.
see that one.
This random Miku fan was walking in Nara. He said hi. These are the deers in Nara, and they are very used to people. Instead of them running away from us, we run from them. if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. It's a bit like that.
They think,
Some
they
of them,
think everyone has food.
some of them won't let you get too close, and some of them, it's no problem in petting them or anything, and some want to nibble and poke you with their antlers and. But when I went there, it's one of the best experience in Japan in my life. I loved it. It was amazing, and I'm sure you also were not able to avoid. Like if you go there, you will get deer crap under your shoes, and it's unavoidable.
Yes.
So that's something to keep in mind if you guys go there. Don't bring your fancy shoes and wash them off when you get home.
This was one of the shrines there, I think. We walked past by this, and we all made a wish. We just tossed a yen, and we made a wish. Like we just toss, 2 claps, and then pray.
Oh.
Cool.
And this was a meal I had after that. I forgot what I got, but it's rice, egg, some kind of sauce, gets katsu, spaghetti, and salad.
Oh. Konbini
More-
style. Yeah.
More convenient stuff.
Do you like onigiri as well?
I do.
Yeah.
I love them, and I make them as well.
Oh, yeah. I do wish
I like onigiri too.
I always think there's a little bit too much rice, or like I wish the ratio was a bit even, so to speak. But there are two, because I don't like a lot of onigiri, but the salmon and the salmon with mayonnaise, those are my favorite. One of them
My
called
favorite is these. It's the fried rice onigiri.
Oh, I haven't had
It's-
those
it's-
actually.
It's super tasty.
And one of them with salmon is called sea chicken, like sea chicken.
Sea chicken.
Yeah, it's like a nickname for salmon, or maybe it's tuna. No, I don't remember.
And this is more Shinkansen bento. Except this time you can see what's in the boxes. Yeah, these row of pictures is I think Fushimi Inari. It's in Kyoto. Yeah, it's a mountain with this path of gates that loops around the mountain. And it's a lot of climbing.
Sakura,
More gates.
could you take a
and
picture of us, like from behind, maybe with you in it?
Okay.
since I'm recording.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah,
But
it's
did
fine.
you go the long walk? Because there's that super long.
Yes, we
You
went
did it?
the long walk.
Oh,
We went
I did
all
not
the
do
way.
that. I did not do
We
that.
went all the way, and it was not a good idea.
Oh, okay.
Because if everybody got so tired, and everyone had some kind of a injury.
Oh,
Like imagine walking upstairs for 2 hours straight without a break. Yeah, that would
it's really
do
long.
something.
Yeah, you gotta make
And
sure you
because
know
of
what you're
that,
getting into.
because of that, everybody got injured or sick. So then we had to cancel next day's plans.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do this, just be careful.
Mm.
These are some
Okay.
of
Oh,
the shrines up there. Pretty cool. Pretty old. And also it's important. Like on the path we crossed by this, and there was a sign that says the path ahead is purified, meaning like there's no bathroom, and they want you to purify yourself with that, to basically wash your hands
mm.
and do like last minute trips to the bathroom before the long hike. Okay. And after that, we went to go get a train, and this train is different. And luckily, I got the window seat.
Oh,
So that's what it looks like for operating the train.
I've only seen that
I mm,
on the subway when it's
yeah.
like automated.
Yeah, I can't really tell what does what, but
No.
that's what it looks like. I'm not a train operator.
Nor a train otaku.
No.
Densha otaku.
This is Kyoto Station. It's pretty big.
Wow.
It goes all the way down there.
Mm.
Kiitos.
And I took some random pictures of anime goods.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Super cute.
shopping. Did you what in general, like, what did you buy? Did you buy a few things or
I bought
something special?
I bought a lot of keychains. A lot of them were cheap, but they were secondhand, which means that it's a lot cheaper. The same goes for doujinshis. So I bought like 35 doujinshis for 100
Wow.
yen each,
Oh,
like $1
wow.
each.
Yeah, that's
What?
cheap.
What?
I know.
Nice.
If you want cheap, then yeah, look for secondhand stuff.
Yeah, I'm a figure collector myself, so I always hunt for figures when I go.
Nice. Yeah, like I said, these are everywhere.
Mhm.
Yeah, these are everywhere. Oh yeah, and let's see. It took me about a week until I found the very first gas station.
Whoa.
Gas stations are so rare in Japan.
Wow.
Quite rare, yeah.
Yeah, because everywhere you are expected to walk and take a train.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we also went to the very first Nintendo building.
Yeah, this is what I missed when I went there, because I went to the current headquarters, both of them in Kyoto, but I didn't know where this was or that it was still up. So I was like, no. And have you heard the news regarding it?
No.
I made a post in the club about that they are going to turn this into a hotel, the building.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully they don't.
Oh my!
Yeah, hopefully they don't remove the sign, because they could make
Oh,
money
I
on it,
didn't know that.
But yeah, the building is being turned
Yeah.
into a hotel now. So that's why
Oh my
that's why I'm
God.
actually worried, because I'm like, holy shit, I can actually miss the opportunity.
Oh my God! That means I got to touch it before
Yeah,
before
yeah.
it becomes
I'm,
something else.
Oh, I feel so bad. I'm so scared. I'm so worried.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm so worried. Yeah, I'm a huge Nintendo fan too. Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
This is another vending machine that dispenses shinbun, newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
I love the capsule machine, so I bought a miniature version of it.
Wow.
Ah, yeah. I always like those.
It's cute, right?
Yeah. And this, I'm
And
guessing,
this-
is this Moss Burger?
Yep, this is
Yeah.
right here.
Oh, yeah.
It's Mossburger.
Mm.
It doesn't
I
taste like
recognize
fast
the-
food. It tastes homemade. Like I said,
Yeah.
the food there is super high quality. It's like it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This is just some snacks at 7-Eleven. They have squid and other stuff.
And like dry squid and.
Tied to a station claw games.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like how they put all the figures on top.
Mm.
Mm.
And I saw this
And
on
this is
Twitter,
me
and this is
playing,
awesome. Yeah, I didn't know
Oh,
this was
what?
even
Yeah.
possible.
I was playing VRChat on the train on my handheld PC.
That's
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I would love a portable VR, or I mean, I'm not sure how I would use it, but it's just crazy how it works like that. I didn't
Mhm.
expect that.
Mm.
This was Tokyo Skytree
Ah, yeah.
Oh.
at the very top. We went to Hakone.
Oh,
The software pits. People can people can feel pretty bad here.
I've not been
I-
here.
I know. Have you smelled sulfur before?
I know.
I don't think so.
It smells like poison
Mhm.
because it is. It's bad.
Oh no.
And this is very specific up there. They actually cook these eggs with sulfur from the mountain.
Mm.
So if you look here, the white stuff
Heat
on
poison.
the shell, that's ash.
Oh,
Mm.
I've not heard about
But
that.
it still tastes
Interesting.
just like an egg though.
Oh,
Wow.
I like Neptunia, so I took
Yeah.
a picture of this.
The animation. Oh, okay. See.
I ate KFC, and these are some of the unique things that they had there.
now I also tried KFC in Japan for the first time, because we have KFC now in Sweden, but I don't know if we had at the time. At least not near my city. But I didn't like it very much. It was expensive and not much food, I thought.
Yeah, the portion is smaller, but still, it just like every other food, it tastes homemade. It
Yeah.
tastes real.
There were several places in Japan that I went to that were like American stuff that we don't have here. So I took the opportunity while I was there, like Denny's and Taco Bell as well, just to try it out.
These are figures. Let's see. There is something behind this. So if you go to Akihabara, there is a few stores where they show a lot of figures in like several glass cases. And what that is that these are figures from random people, like
Second
if you want to sell figures, you would rent a box, and people can come in and look at your stuff.
Cool.
I'm not a fan
So
of.
that's what that is.
I'm not a fan of chibi. So
They're cute though. They're so cute.
yes, I
Kiwi's
never
so
buy
cute. I think that Kiwi's so
that.
cute.
No, don't like.
And this is back
Kiwi's
at
so cute.
the airport on my way home. Yep, that's me flying back home.
So yeah, so when, as an American, how long does this take? Because you go the other way. You know, I fly over Russia, China.
And from here to there is about 9 hours.
That's pretty sure. I mean, only like I only have to fly 3 hours more, something like that, or 4 or 5 hours more.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm pretty. I
How do you live?
That's it's very. I always
Does that
say.
include transfer in Finland? Is there always a transfer in Finland?
No, there is a lot of different transfers. I've been via Qatar and Germany and Russia, but Finland was the best. I think it includes it. Yeah, the stop, because that's a direct flight. You know, we don't. You can't take a direct flight from Sweden to Japan, unfortunately. You can from Finland, so.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm. It's very easy for me to fly since I am an otaku, so I'm really used to sitting for a very long time, so it's no problem for me.
Oh.
Just have my Switch or whatever, and I'm fine. Like, I want to hear from you in terms of expectations versus reality. What did it meet your expectations? Was there something that was different from what you thought, but not in a negative way, but just different?
I think it pretty much matched my expectations. Like most of the first thing that I noticed when I got there was the architecture of the buildings, the apartments, the roads and stuff. It's just like in anime. It's the same thing. That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, a lot of stuff would match anime, but the reason I ask, or not the only reason, but you know, a lot of people who have gone to Japan in the past might have too high of expectations. They might expect something too much or something different from what they want, and then they're like, oh, it wasn't exactly as I imagined, and then they were disappointed. And the same as you said, for me, my expectation matched. There were things, I don't know if I want to say many or not, but there were things that I didn't expect the way they were, but they weren't negatives. Like, I didn't have any. I wasn't disappointed. You know, I loved it, and you did too. And
Yeah.
like you said in the beginning, you want to go back. It was too short for 2 weeks.
I know. I want to go back.
Let's thank Kyoko for doing this today, for telling us about the VR Nihongo and showing us the
Thank
pictures
you,
from the trip.
Kyoko.
Thank you very much. You could say arigatou gozaimashita.
Arigatou gozaimashita.
おめでとうございました。
どういたしまして。